She bought her dream apartment, but the next day the entire 18th floor vanished. She had sacrificed for 10 years, saving every penny for this $50,000 down payment. After swiping her card, she thought she had her own home. She came home from work to move in, but her entire apartment was completely gone. She rushed to the real estate center. She angrily accused them of fraud, but the homeowner and the real estate agent denied ever having seen her. They even called her a complete lunatic to her face. She pleads with the police, claiming they scammed her out of $500,000. But the officer is baffled as the property manager explains official records prove there never was an 18th floor. She became a laughingstock in the community, mocked for buying a house that only existed in her dreams. They called her mentally ill. For causing a scene, they repeatedly threw her into a mental asylum. But she always found a way to escape and continue her relentless search for the house. The asylum doctors tried to silence her with medication and shock therapy to make her forget the phantom floor. In a final, desperate bid for freedom, she leaped from the moving van, which ended in a tragic accident. Suddenly, she wakes up. She's back in time on the very day she first signed the contract for the cursed apartment. The agent and the seller are here again, pressuring her to sign the contract immediately. This time, she is determined to uncover the truth of the entire scam. She makes an excuse to inspect the building's amenities. She clearly remembers that in her past life, this elevator never had a button for the 18th floor. She recalled that in her previous life, she couldn't find the button for the 18th floor no matter how hard she looked. But now the 18th floor exists. Everything seems perfectly normal, causing her to doubt her own sanity. The seller is a sweet old lady. T here is no way she's a brutal scam artist. The agent is a top salesman closing huge deals. Why would he scam her for so little money? She begins to wonder if her past life was just a terrible nightmare. Then she has a genius idea. She asks to film a celebratory video with them. If they refuse to be on camera, she will know they are scamming her. To her surprise, they agree immediately, showing no signs of guilt or deception. Then she started filming videos of them looking at the house together, capturing the house's surroundings and other rooms. She immediately posts the video online as public proof. Now, armed with undeniable evidence, she feels safe enough to sign the deal, knowing she is protected. Just to be safe, she calls her old landlord to try and extend her lease. But the landlord brutally refuses, telling her to pack her bags and get out immediately. Before leaving, she meets her new neighbor from across the hall, an unnerving and silent old man. She introduces herself to the unnerving old man, telling him she is his new neighbor, then heads downstairs. Before leaving to pack, she stands outside counting the floors one last time. Seeing the 18th floor is still there, she finally breathes a sigh of relief. She begged that the house wouldn't run away again this time. She packs up her life savings and meager belongings, hoping for a fresh start. But the unthinkable happens again. The entire top floor of the building has vanished. The house is gone again. This time, however, she is armed with undeniable proof. She is ready for war. She immediately calls the real estate agent, demanding to know why the house disappeared. But he just laughs it off, treating her call like a bizarre prank. She tracks down the seller on the street, demanding her life savings back. But the old woman plays dumb, pretending not to recognize her. The ultimate betrayal. Her dream apartment disappears overnight. But when she confronts the seller, the sweet old lady flips the script, instantly screaming for help and painting her as a violent robber. The crowd instantly turns on her, calling her a lunatic for attacking a helpless old woman. They call the police to have her arrested immediately. She shows the crowd video proof of the entire sale. The old lady immediately claims it's impossible, screaming to everyone that it's a pathetic AI fake. Police arrive and the crowd points fingers. They say this girl paid $500,000 for the old lady's house, but the woman swears she's a total stranger. And now the apartment has vanished. She presents her ironclad proof to the police, the signed contract, and a video of them happily viewing the house together. The police asked her to explain, but the scammer is prepared. She calmly claims a perfect alibi with multiple witnesses to prove she was somewhere else the entire morning. After they were taken to the police station, the agent walks in and she instantly points him out. He denies everything, calling her a psycho he's never seen. She shoves the purchase contract at the police. Pointing directly at the agent, she declares he is the one who sold her unit, 1801. He looks at the signed contract and claims his signature is a complete forgery. Both he and the seller have perfect alibis. The police verify their stories. Witnesses confirm they were somewhere else during the sale. It seems the woman is a compulsive liar. She presents more evidence, her photos and videos from inside the apartment. The police decide to send everything to the tech department to verify its authenticity. The agent mocks her relentlessly, suggesting she belongs in a mental hospital for imagining an 18th floor that never existed. A moment later, police investigators then deliver the final blow. Official blueprints confirm the building only has 17 floors. Her apartment is a fantasy. With all evidence pointing against her, the scammers now accuse her of fraud. The situation is completely hopeless. A psychiatrist is on the way to take her to the asylum. She realizes that even after being reborn, she cannot escape her tragic fate. But then the forensics team drops a bombshell. The video is 100% authentic, with no signs of editing or AI manipulation. The room falls silent. If the 18th floor never existed, how could she have a real video of it? The case becomes a paranormal mystery. Suddenly, her neighbor from 1802 walks in to file a report. Her eyes light up, believing he's the key witness that will save her. But he delivers the ultimate betrayal, denying he even lives in that building. She confronts him, insisting they are neighbors. But the old man says he doesn't know her, and that the old lady is his real neighbor. Her final hope is crushed. The psychiatrist arrives to take her away. It seems her nightmare is repeating all over again. The neighbor then mentions the reason he is here is to report his lost dog. Suddenly, the woman remembers a critical detail. She recalled seeing his dog when she viewed the house, and she remembered the dog's appearance clearly. She calmly describes his lost dog in perfect detail, a cream-colored golden retriever. The neighbor is visibly shocked. She stares him down, demanding he look again. The old man claims he's a teacher whose life is just school and home, and he has no idea who she is. She tells him she can save his dog, but only if he stops lying to the police and tells the absolute truth. After a moment's thought, he makes his choice. He declares his integrity is more important than his dog and doubles down, insisting he never lived in 1802. The scammers mock her for trying to bribe a witness with a lost dog. They think she's making a desperate final move. But she has one final piece of evidence to prove the 18th floor was real and expose everyone's lies. She claims to have proof the 18th floor is real, but mental health experts are watching her closely. She knows one wrong move means getting locked up again. She flashes back to her past life. She's screaming for her lost apartment as medics immediately label her a paranoid. They call her sick and try to drag her away. She fights back, screaming she's not a lunatic. In her past life, this exact panic got her locked up. This time she forces herself to be calm. 10 years of hard work and $500K vanished with her house. She won't give up, but the police just want more proof. The phantom floor is real. She presents her ultimate proof: photos, videos, and selfies of her signing for the phantom 18th floor. The cops and agent watch the video. It clearly shows the phantom 18th floor. They are completely stunned. The real estate agent said in surprise that it was impossible. The agent gawks at the video, claiming it cannot be him. He insists the man is such a perfect doppelganger, even his wife wouldn't know the difference. The old woman who sold the house plays along. She claims it just looks like her and sarcastically wonders if she has a secret twin sister. Frustrated, she decides to revisit the cursed building, hoping her apartment has magically reappeared. But the cops stop her. Before she goes anywhere, she must undergo a mandatory psychiatric evaluation. The doctor is a familiar face, the same man who locked her away in her past life. He asks if she's been hallucinating or feeling paranoid. She calmly denies everything, knowing it is a trap. She aces the test. She memorized every answer in her past life, dodging the psychiatric trap this time. With her entire savings gone, her house vanished, and now homeless, how could she be normal? Right now, she just wants to calmly destroy the world. Declared legally sane, the police have no choice but to let her go. They promise to investigate. Leaving the police station, she finds an old man looking for his dog. She tells him she last saw it on the 18th floor. But when she confirms it, he explodes with anger, accusing her of making up stories to mock his pain. All three of them deny her story. With her life savings on the line, she decides to return to the cursed building one last time. She scours every inch of the 17th floor, but the entrance to her home has completely vanished. Then she remembers a critical clue. 2 scorched handprints were burned into this very wall, but the handprints are gone. Someone secretly plastered over the wall to hide the evidence. She realizes the agent and property management are in on it. A conspiracy to steal her savings. She storms the property office only to find other residents already screaming about the management's corruption. The slimy manager tries to bribe everyone with a free vacation, a classic diversion tactic to shut them up. She confronts him directly, accusing him of covering up the entrance to her apartment. She demands to see the security footage, but he refuses, saying only residents have that right. So she pulls out her contract for the non-existent 18th floor, declaring herself an owner. She hits the same brick wall. The property manager and other residents all insist the building never had an 18th floor. Done with their game, she barges into the security room to find the damning footage herself. But she scours the surveillance monitors and finds nothing. At this exact moment, the property manager has already called the police. She accuses the management of repainting the wall to hide evidence, but other residents just laugh, saying the management is too incompetent for that. Cornered, she makes her final move. She has proof the surveillance footage has been altered. This woman's dream apartment vanished. The security footage shows she was never there, and the property manager insists she's lying. She fires back with a signed contract and a video of the deal, which the police have already verified. The crowd is stunned. The video clearly shows the 18th floor corridor in their building, but the manager insists to the cop their building only has 17 floors. Her 10 years of savings are gone. She reports a conspiracy to the police claiming illegal dealings between the property manager and the agency. The manager admits to taking bribes from a shady agency but denies any part in the scam. He admits taking bribes to ignore noise complaints, but denies the scam, telling her to find the person who actually sold the apartment. Now homeless, she checks into a hotel. Her remaining cash will only last a few days. She vows to hunt them down. She will either get the house or her money back. The next day, she went to a real estate agent. Then she spots them. The agent, the fake landlord, and the man from the dog incident. She realizes they built an elaborate trap just to steal her money. Now she will get payback. Her first target is the scum agent. She will find the proof to make him talk. Posing as a client, she asks about the agent's earnings. A colleague reveals the scum just bought a luxury apartment with cash 2 days ago. She also learns he was invited to a private event by the same corrupt property management. Using a clever bathroom excuse, she makes a beeline for the agent's desk. She frantically searches his desk, finding a stack of contracts. She knows one of them has to be hers. There it is. She finds her contract and quickly snaps a picture as crucial evidence. Just as she gets the shot, the agent returns. She ducks into a nearby room, missing being caught by a split second. After seeing the agent leave with the contract, she came out. With dirt on the agent, she now targets his 2 old accomplices. She must find evidence to prove the relationship between the 3 of them. She finds a neighbor in their community and asks about the old couple. The neighbor reveals everyone knows the 2 scammers are secretly a toxic couple, and she has video proof. The neighbor shows her the footage, then happily forwards the damning evidence to her. With all the evidence, she is ready to expose them all and get her ultimate payback. At a homeowner event, the corrupt manager gives a phony speech, unaware his world is about to crumble. She dramatically storms the stage, accusing the trio of running a massive scam operation. The scammers call her a crazy lunatic, but she refuses to be silenced. She reveals the smoking gun, her original purchase contract, stolen directly from the agent's desk. The crowd gasps in disbelief. They can't believe he is a cold-blooded scam artist. She demands her money back. He denies ever knowing her or taking her money. However, the intermediary proved that his document was only a photocopy by comparing it with the photos taken at the police station. The agent desperately claims he printed it for his own investigation, telling everyone to examine the document photo. He denies it's his signature, desperately pointing to a supposed break in the handwriting. This woman's life is ruined. She confronts the agent and homeowner, accusing them of scamming her life savings for an apartment that literally vanished. She confronts an old man and the elderly homeowner, demanding they swear they didn't conspire to steal her $500,000. For proof, she shows the crowd a video of the 2 suspects being suspiciously intimate. This must be the smoking gun. But the accused woman claims she's the victim. The police cleared her, and now she's being publicly slandered without even an apology. She says the video is a setup by a toxic neighbor, a notorious gossip, who gets pleasure from ruining people's lives. The real estate agent backs her up, showing chat records of other families who sold their homes just to escape the same neighborhood bully. Unconvinced, the victim reveals her next piece of evidence, a secret photo of all 3 suspects dining together. It looks like a secret meeting, but the agent has a perfect explanation. He was treating them to dinner because they were both clients looking to buy new homes. She finds a hole in their story. This is an exclusive homeowners party. So why are these 2 non-residents here? The property manager intervenes. He explains their top agent invited them to showcase the community to potential high-value buyers. He then threatens her. For disrupting the event and slandering residents, she will pay for all the damages. Cornered, she makes one last desperate claim, screaming she truly bought an apartment on the 18th floor. But the other owners insist this building has number 1, 8th floor. Now everyone is convinced she's a dangerous lunatic. They start whispering about calling the police or even a mental hospital. Terrified of being locked away, the woman turns and flees the scene. She has nowhere left to go. Alone, she begins to question everything. Was the entire home buying experience just a vivid hallucination? Is she actually losing her mind? But then she sees the proof. The photos, the videos, and the signed contract. She knows the 18th floor apartment was real. Later, she spots the old man from the group acting suspiciously near the building. He panics when he sees her watching. She accuses him of being the agent's father. She believes it is a family of con artists who work together to scam her. But the old man seems genuinely confused. He says he's only here because she told him his lost dog was in this neighborhood. She insists she saw his dog before. It was in his apartment right across the hall from hers when they were neighbors on the 18th floor. The old man calls her delusional. He tells her she is sick and that she needs to get help. Suddenly, he finds his dog. He lovingly picks up the tiny animal, but the woman freezes in utter shock. This makes no sense. The dog she vividly remembers seeing on the 18th floor was a full-grown adult dog. She asks how old the dog is. He confirms the puppy is only 3 months old. A sudden, terrifying thought hits her. She turns to the old man with a desperate question: what year is it? He looks at her like she's insane and tells her the year is 2025. In that moment, it all becomes clear. Her apartment didn't vanish. The people weren't scammers. They didn't know her because she hadn't met them yet. The building only has 17 floors now because the 18th floor she bought hasn't been built yet. That happens next year. She signed the contract in the year 2026. Somehow, she has traveled 1 year back in time. This woman makes a terrifying discovery. Her house didn't just disappear, she actually traveled from 2026 back to 2025. When it wasn't even built yet, the house didn't disappear, she did. Since the time jump was only 1 year, the world looked identical. That's how this horrifying reality stayed hidden from her. Her life savings are gone, spent on a house that doesn't exist yet. She's trapped in the past with absolutely nothing. But then a crazy idea ignites her spirit. If she can find a way to travel back to the future, her house will be there. Frantically searching online, she finds time travel requires a trigger like a fatal accident or a special item. Then she realizes the key is her mysterious family heirloom, an ancient jade with a dark secret. This jade is all she has left. After her parents died, her toxic relatives seized all their assets, celebrating their new fortune. She remembers them taking over her house. Her savage aunt wasted no time looting her mother's jewelry without a single shred of remorse. As a child, she desperately tried to hide the jade, but her cruel aunt found it and tried to take it from her. But her uncle had a far more sinister plan. He let her keep the jade knowing it held a dark power. They planned to use her as a disposable pawn for their own son's future. For years, they abused her, stealing every penny, treating her like a servant in her own home. Even her hard-earned scholarship money was brutally taken away to buy expensive sneakers for their spoiled son. Just when she saved enough to buy a house, they demanded she hand over all her money for her cousin. For the first time ever, she fought back, refusing to be their personal cash machine any longer. Back in the present, she finally understands the sinister plot. If she went missing in the future, her toxic uncle would legally inherit her brand new house. It was their master plan all along. They left her the one thing that could make her vanish. Fueled by betrayal, she vows to return to the future and serve the ultimate payback. But in this timeline, she is completely broke and has nowhere to go. Just as all hope seems lost, she sees a bizarre live stream ad for an antique appraisal show. This is her last chance. She gets connected to the show instantly. She tells the host her insane story about time traveling from 2026 and needing to get back to her home. The online chat immediately roasts her, calling her a liar and telling her she should have time traveled further. The host mocks her story, telling her the only way back to 2026 is to just wait 1 year. She desperately explains that her entire 18th floor apartment disappeared because in this year the building isn't finished. Then a bombshell comment appears from the real estate agent. He claims he just handled a crazy woman with the exact same impossible story. The agent continues his attack, calling her a psychopath. The chat mob turns on her, suggesting she faked her sanity test by memorizing the answers. Their words trigger a horrific flashback of being dragged away to a mental institution, screaming that she isn't crazy. Snapping back to reality, her fear turns to pure iron. She will never let them lock her away again. This woman claims her house vanished, but the entire live audience just calls her a psycho. The host mocks her as an asylum escapee, but she explains she has never even been to a mental hospital. She knows the truth. She time traveled, but revealing that will only get her locked up forever. Switching tactics, the host feigns sympathy. He offers to investigate her case personally. All he needs is her address. Realizing the host is trying to trap her and get her location, she immediately cuts the connection. Just then, the landlord demands rent. But with no money, she's brutally evicted and left on the street with nothing. Homeless and alone, she clutches the only thing she has left, a mysterious jade pendant from her mother. To survive, she makes a heartbreaking choice to sell her precious heirloom. A buyer contacts her for the jade, setting up a transaction in a dark, isolated alley. It feels like a trap, but with nothing left to lose, she decides to go and check it out. She believes things can't possibly get any worse. The buyer steps out of the shadows. The ultimate betrayal, it's her own toxic uncle. He confesses his evil scheme. He tampered with the jade, sending her from 2026 back to 2025. His motive was pure greed. He wanted to steal her new house for his own son. He admits her family were just stepping stones, even betraying his own sister, her mother. He claims she owes her life to him, so her house is simply his rightful payment. She escapes and finds a place to hide, while her evil uncle hunts her down, determined to silence her forever. He corners her, revealing the final part of his evil plan. He is the only one who knows how to return to 2026. He taunts her, explaining that since T here is already a version of her in 2025, she is now an illegal ghost. The horrifying realization dawns on her. His plan wasn't just to trap her, but to completely erase her from existence. He offers her a quick death, claiming it will fix the timeline, making him a hero. But she refused to become his victim. She immediately fought back, unwilling to be a stepping stone for his useless son. Enraged, the uncle snaps and lunges at her, ready to end her life right there. Police swarm the scene. The police arrived in time and saved her. At the station, she desperately tries to explain the insane truth about time travel, and her stolen house. The uncle plays the victim, convincing the cops that she is dangerously mentally unstable. He warns police that letting a lunatic like her on the streets is a threat to society. Cornered, she makes one final gambit, telling the police she has undeniable proof. Just then, an officer enters the room, confirming that a crime has been reported. The eyewitness is the ultimate plot twist. It's herself. From the 2025 timeline, who has come to testify that her uncle framed her. She recalls searching how to return to 2026. A forum answer sparks a revelation. If she traveled back, where is her original self? She finds her own email address and sends a message, desperately waiting to see if anyone will reply. The impossible is confirmed with a reply. Her other self is real, creating an incredible paradox. A woman stares at a shocking email reply from her alternate self. She now knows another version of her actually exists. Sent from the future, she drives to a desolate place to sell her jade pendant. As a backup, she warns her past self. Afraid to scare her, she poses as an old friend. She warns their uncle is a predator and begs her to call the cops for help. Back in the present, her past self takes the strange message to the police. She is shocked that a long-lost friend is accusing her uncle of something terrible. The officer asks if she has a twin sister, but she responds she's an only child, leaving the cops shocked and utterly confused. At the police station, she calls her uncle scum. She demands justice and vows he will not escape punishment for his crimes. The toxic uncle smirks, refusing to reveal the secret to time travel. He foolishly thinks he holds all the power. But the police officer hits back. He informs the scumbag that stealing the $30,000 artifact alone will land him 3 years in prison. But he refuses to reveal the secret, so a cop plays a dirty trick. He warns the uncle about dangerous lifelong inmates eager to prey on new cellmates. The uncle's smugness vanishes. He claims he won't be assaulted. But the cop warns him some inmates might not agree. Completely broken, he finally caves. The scumbag whispers the secret method of time travel to her, giving up his only leverage. With the secret secured, she shows zero mercy. She demands the police make him rot in jail and pay for his evil actions. She watches her past self living in a tiny rundown apartment. Despite the hardship, she never stopped fighting for a better future. Her future self finally meets her past self face to face. It's a surreal moment, connecting 2 points in her own timeline. Her future self admits she was too scared to meet her at the police station, but she couldn't resist coming back to say a proper goodbye. Her past self looks up with hope. She asks if they finally managed to buy their own dream home. Her future self reassures her after a decade of hard work, their efforts will finally pay off. They deserve a better future. She makes a solemn promise. She will fight to take back their home from the toxic relatives who stole it, ensuring their sacrifice was not in vain. In a final embrace with her past self, she is instantly pulled back to 2026. The world around her shifts back to the present. This time, the 18th floor is real. She has returned to day one after buying the house. She knows her scumbag relatives are already inside, but their free ride is officially over. Inside, the toxic aunt is already complaining. This free house is not big enough for her precious son. She storms into her own home, confronting the freeloaders. She looks at the mess they've made and asks if they're enjoying her property. The scumbag uncle is speechless. He can't believe she escaped his trap and returned from the past to reclaim her life. She proudly declares that she is the true owner, and she has already called the police to remove them. The toxic uncle tries a pathetic guilt trip, screaming that he raised her. He even wishes he had let her starve as a child, but their tricks no longer work. She tells them they messed with the wrong person, because she is not that little girl anymore. The police arrive right on cue. They arrest the entire toxic family for trespassing and property damage. She kicks them out and changes the locks. The nightmare that haunted her for so long is finally over. She is finally saying goodbye to the past, ready to embrace a new future in the home she rightfully earned. To celebrate the new year, she throws a housewarming party. She invites the realtor and the 2 elderly neighbors she had previously misunderstood. The past nightmares are like a distant dream. She now embraces a brand new life where every day forward will be beautiful. The story ends here. Thank you all for your company and for watching.